Okay, solve the inequality. Actually, we're gonna skip this page here. Put your name on the front side. Or no, these are just notes. Okay, so cross that part out. Cross that out. Cross that out, and now we're gonna begin. Okay. Okay, the first part of the assignment, you're going to take a bunch of numbers, you're going to find the average, okay? Real simple process. You have to put a division line, and on top of the division line, you're going to add the three numbers together, 88 plus 96 plus 70, and whatever that answer is gets divided by 3. Now, why 3? Because how many numbers are there? There's 3, okay? So first we add 88. Plus 96 plus 70, that's 254. 254 divided by 3. 84.6 repeating. I don't care really how it's rounded, but that's the average, that's the answer. Okay, next problem. Well, there's 4 numbers, so we're going to be dividing by 4. And we have 50 plus 60 plus 95 plus 73. Okay, it's going to be 278. I take 278 divided by 4. Okay, 69.5. Okay, next one, 90, 75, 95, 62, 74, 86. So we add. We're going to divide that answer by 5. Okay, I got 392. 392 divided by 5 is going to be 78.4. Okay, next, 60 plus 85 plus 37 plus 100 plus 47. We're going to add, we're going to divide that answer by 5 because there's 5 numbers. You divide by however many numbers you're adding together. It's really an easy concept. What average does, it finds a number that best fits all the rest. So 329 divided by 5. Okay, it's 65.8. Okay, I want you to pause the video and do numbers 1 and 2 on the assignment and then resume the video. It's going to get a little bit tougher. Okay, here's what you're doing here. My goal in science class is to earn an average of 85 on tests. So far I have scored 84, 96, 77, and 92. Write and solve an inequality for scores I can get on my next test to meet my goal. Now, these are all goal problems, okay? Goal is greater than or equal to, because you can go greater. If you set a goal, it's okay to go more than the goal. And the goal is 85. After I place that, I would recommend crossing it off. Now, what expression are you going to write? Well, come up here, you're going to set your average division bar. Now, you have taken 1, 2, 3, 4 tests, but you're about to take a 5th one. So you got to put 5. You put 4, it's wrong, okay? You see you've taken 1, got 84, 96, 77, 92. That's 4 tests, but you're about to take another one. Okay, so that's 5. So we need to add 5 things up here. Well, we're going to add 84 plus 96 plus 77 plus 92, but you need a 5th thing. Well, we said we're about to take another test, but we don't know what we're going to get on that test, so plus X, okay? Now, you can simplify this very easily. You keep your 5, you keep your x, and you write plus, but now you're going to add the 4 tests you've already taken together. So 84 plus 96 plus 77 plus 92. Okay, it's 349. Okay, so we have x plus 349 over 5. Okay, you just bring that down. Now, how do we solve it? Well, here's what you're going to do first. You're going to make a parentheses there. All of that's divided by 5. So you are going to do the opposite of divide by 5, which is multiply by 5. So line up your symbol. And on this side, you're still going to have the x plus 349. Over on this side, we take 5 times 85. And now we no longer have the division operation. That's 425, and now we solve it. Now the wall can come up, okay? 1 dot circle, so the sign isn't going to change because the 1 on the inside is positive. Now we do have to get rid of the 349 outside, so I line my sign up in the middle, just like that, and I subtract 349. So 1 dot x, 425 minus 329 is 96. 1 times what's 96? We'll divide by 1, and now x is by itself, and 96 divided by 1 is 96. Now I want that graph down here. So 0, 96. So I circle, I fill it in, and it eats the x, so it goes this way. So you get 96 or better to meet your goal. Okay, example 2. In English class, my goal, that I shouldn't be there. In English class, my goal is to get a passing average of 60 on tests. So this guy's, he's rubber's got to meet the road. So far, I've received scores of 45, 12, 50, and 70. Not good scores. This guy's got to pass, though. Write and solve an inequality of scores I could receive on my next test in order to meet my goal. So we're talking goals here. His goal is to get 60. Now, it says average rule. So you set your division line. You count how many tests you've taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, but you're going to take a 5th one, so 5. So we have 45 plus 12 plus 50 plus 70 plus x. You need 5 things on top. Now simplify. Don't write that down here. Okay, you can make that simpler. You're still going to have your x and you're still going to have your 5, but the tests I've already taken I add together. 45 plus 12 plus 50 plus 70. 177. So I now have x plus 177 over 5. Now don't make your wall, we need to get that 5 out of there. Okay, put a parentheses, okay. Get that divided by 5 out of there. Well, you multiply by 5. This 5 is positive, so again the sign just drops. So over here we have x plus 177. On the other side, 5 times 60 is 300. Okay, wall multiplier 1, so the sign will not be changing. I do have to get rid of the 177 in the middle though. So I subtract 177 from 300, and that's 123. Now divide by 1, we have x 123. So 0, 123. Eats the x, goes this way. I think this guy's pretty much going to fail since it's hard to get 123% on a test. Okay, example 3. In biology, I want to earn a test average of 80. So far, I have scored 75, 91, and 86 on tests. Write and solve an inequality of possible test scores I can receive and meet my goal. There's that word goal, okay? My goal is 80. Now, write your average expression. You have taken 3 tests. You're about to take another one, so 4, okay? So we have 75, 91, 86. And I'm about to take a 4th one, so plus X. Okay, so over here, you got your X, you got your 4. Those can't be simplified, but I can add up the test I've already taken. 71 plus 91 plus 86. Okay, 248. So I come down here, I've got X plus 248, all divided by 4. So if I have an expression being divided by 4, we need to get rid of the divided by 4. So what's the opposite of divide by 4? It's times 4. So line up your symbol. 80 times 4 is 320. And over here we have X plus 248. Wall, 1 dot circle. Alright, so it's a positive 1. The sign won't change, but we have to get rid of the 248. 1 times X, 320 minus 248, 72. Divide by 1, and you have X, 72. So it eats the X, so you got to get 72 or higher to meet your goal. So like 73, 74, meet the goal. Okay, pause the video and do problem number 3 on the assignment. Okay, then I have these compound inequalities I need to solve. There are 2 symbols. So if we have 2 symbols, we are setting up our table like last Friday. On one side we have negative 2x plus 7 less than 1. On the other side I have 4x plus 3 less than or equal to negative 5. Now you solve them. Wall, dot, circle. That is a negative, okay? That is a negative, that is a negative. The sign must flip, okay? You have a 7 you have to get rid of first though, okay? So I subtract 7, negative 2 dot x, 1 minus 7 is negative 6. Then I divide by negative 2, and I have x and positive 3. Wall, dot, circle. That is not a negative. The sign will stay the same, okay? You have a step in between where you have to get rid of your plus 3. When you get rid of the plus or when you get rid of the number outside, the sign doesn't change, only when you divide. But that's a positive multiplication, so it stays the same. So we have 4 dot x. Negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. Then we divide by the 4. And now x is in front of the symbol, and we have negative 2. So we have positive 3, we have negative 2. So on 3 it eats the x, so it's going this way. Negative 2, we need to fill in the circle because the line's there, but it eats the number, so it goes that way. So this time, instead of coming together, they go apart, okay? And then when they go apart, you just basically copy these down. You put x greater than 3, and then just copy that above the negative 2. Okay, next problem. Number line. You got 2 symbols, make your table. So you have x plus 14 is less than 9, and then we have negative 9x less than or equal to negative 45. Wall, 1 dot circle. Positive, positive 1 times x. Positive 1 times x, sign will not flip, okay? We have to get rid of the 14 first, so. Okay, so 1 dot x. 9 minus 14 is negative 5. then I divide by 1. You line up the x where it's at. -5 divided by 1 is -5. Wall dot circle. That is a negative, okay? We have a negative. This one we had 1 times x, -9 times x, flip the sign. And you do not need a middle step because you go right to your dividing by -9. So we have x in front of the symbol. -45 divided by -9 is 5. So I have -5 and +5. Circle above -5, don't fill it. It eats the number, okay? So it's going this way. +5, we do fill in the circle because the line's there and it eats the x, so it goes the other way. So I just copy these answers. That, x less than -5, and that, x greater than or equal to 5. Okay, next problem. Rinse, repeat. Okay, wall. 7x greater than 42. Over on the other side, -5x greater than or equal to 10. Wall dot circle. Positive, that's a +7 times x. So sign will not change, and I don't need a middle because I go straight to dividing by 7. So x before the symbol, 42 divided by 7, 6. Okay, wall dot circle, we do have a negative, -5 times x. Okay, so that's a negative multiplication number, the sign has to flip. Okay, and you don't need the middle step, you just go right to dividing by -5. You have x in front of the symbol, and then 10 divided by -5 is -2. So I have 6 and -2. So circle above the 6, don't fill it, it eats the x, headed that way. Circle above the -2, it eats a number, that way, okay? So that means x can be any number greater than 6, or x could be any number less or equal to -2. One thing you're supposed to do, put the word or. When they come apart like that, you're supposed to put the word or. Will I dock for that? Probably not. Okay. All right, number line. Again, we have 2 inequalities. Okay. So, table. 3x minus 7 greater than or equal to 14. And then -4x minus 8 greater than 20. Okay. Wall dot circle. That's a positive. Positive 3 times x. That sign will not flip. We do have this -7 here. So I have to get rid of that first. Okay. Numbers outside the multiplication, I really don't flip the sign. The sign would flip here, but not on this problem because it's a positive 3 times x. So I plus 7 plus 7. So 3 dot x, 14 plus 7 is 21. Then divide by 3, and you have x, 21 divided by 3 is 7. Other problem. Okay, a negative multiplier, that's -4 times x, so the sign flips, because I will eventually have to divide both sides by the negative number. Over here I divided both sides by the positive, so it doesn't flip. Okay. Now we have a step in between where we have to get rid of that -8. So plus 8, plus 8. 20 plus 8 is 28, -4 dot x. Now divide each side by the -4 factor. And you have x and -7. So we got +7 and -7. Circle, fill it, and then it eats the x. But we will not fill in that circle, it eats a number. Okay, so to label it, you put or in the middle. On one side, you put x greater than or equal to 7. The other side, x less than -7. Okay, you can do the rest of the assignment.